Hello, my name is Kelly, and I am here to bring you some life management tips from the Mental and Emotional Resource Center here in Memphis, Tennessee. I believe that when people go to therapy, or in my case, come to therapy, I think what they're really saying is, I really don't want to walk home by myself. And I do want to say, in full disclosure, my own transparency, I feel like I'm going through one of the biggest battles in my life. And as a therapist, I don't want to walk home by myself. Therefore, I'm including you. So we're going to walk through this together. I believe that people, when they go to treatment or therapy, they go for things like depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, drugs and alcohol, self-harming tendencies, cutting, anger, defiance. But all of those things really are problems. And there are times we teach people that if they could change their thinking, then they could deal with the problem. But most people that go to therapy, they don't have a problem thinking. Actually, they're highly intelligent. So it's not the problem, actually, that's bothering them. It's the issue. There's always something deeper than the depression, deeper than anxiety, deeper than suicidal thoughts, deeper than drugs and alcohol. And the thing that is deeper, I really do believe it's trauma. A new age word is called woundings or woundedness. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So many people are walking around in a tremendous amount of pain, not acknowledging a lot of their woundedness. Now, my definition for trauma, I believe it's the day, it's the time, it's the situation, it's the circumstance that caused all hell to break loose in a person's life. After something was said to you, after something was done to you, or after something happened maybe to somebody that you love, life didn't make sense anymore. Trauma is the stuff that people have told you, get over it, forget about it. It's the past, let it go, move on. How many of us wish we could get over it? I think we would have done it by now. I don't think we get over it. We learn how to live with it differently. We learn how to deal with it better. So what type things are considered traumatic or wounding or woundedness? I really believe that people have been engaged and embattled in their own personal wars. I think woundings look like things such as physical abuse, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, combat, being bullied, the death of a loved one, divorce, betrayal, loss of a home, loss of a job, loss of a business, being diagnosed with a chronic illness, all of those things, and even the loss of a dream, that thing that I always wanted and realize now it ain't gonna happen. When woundings happen, they give us hurt and they give us pain. I personally believe if you go through this stuff and if you don't have hurt and pain, I believe you're crazy. But to have hurt and pain going through this, that's natural, it's normal. It's a normal response to what has happened. But we're in a society that has taught us, you don't show the hurt, you don't show the pain. After the woundings happened, we come out of the war and we develop a war story. And the war story is the thing that causes us the most trial and tribulation today, because we live our lives according to the narrative that we develop about ourselves. Coming out of war, if I was physically abused, I may begin to believe now that I'm weak and that I'm not safe. I may begin to believe things like it was my fault, I'm dirty, I'm nasty, I'm not good enough. I begin to believe that I'm unwanted, I'm a bad person. And I do want to go back to the wounding just for a minute, because one of the most lethal wounds, the most lethal type of wounding is abandonment and neglect by a biological parent. If you've ever felt like your real mom, your real dad didn't want you, didn't love you, that's one of the worst traumas that a person can go through. And if I begin to feel, if I go through that, I begin to tell myself that I'm unwanted and I'm not good enough. Now, if this is my story, I live my life according to what I believe. These things are negative. So guess what I'm going to be attracted to if this is my story? I'm going to be attracted to the things and the people that make me feel like I'm not good enough, I'm a bad person, I can't do anything right. The woundings give me my story. And when I live my life according to that story, what I do is create more woundings. So hopefully you'll hang in here with me so we can learn how to change that narrative. We can't change the war, but if we can change how we feel and what we believe about ourselves, we're halfway home. So for the next show, we're going to talk about how woundings are manifested in behaviors. Often people come to treatment, they go to therapy due to behavior being misunderstood. We're going to talk about how to identify the woundings as a result of the behavior. Thank you for watching Life Management with Kelly.